So I just came back from seeing Saving Mr. Banks, starring Tom Hanks and Emma Thompson and Colin Farrell. And then Saving Mr. Banks is about author P.L. Travers, who reflects on her childhood while meeting with the filmmaker Walt Disney during the production, her adaptation of her novel Mary Poppins. And I think they did a really good approach about this movie. You know, they didn't do like a story of just Walt Disney. They did a side little story, which I think was a really smart move. And this movie is really, really good and is a near perfect film. In the beginning of the movie, you know, they had sequences of P.L. Travers' past, and Colin Farrell plays her father. And I heard that Colin Farrell had a little more screen time than Tom Hanks, and I was kind of confused with that. And so you have pretty much the movie of her past and at the same time her meeting with Walt Disney. And you know, it's kind of going back and forth, and I'm kind of confused, and I wasn't on it right away. I wasn't on board for it, but it made sense halfway through the film, and it explains why she wrote Mary Poppins the way she did, and I loved it. I love that they went back and forth and explained a lot of things that she wanted to see Mary Poppins in her novel and in the production of the movie. And I think they did a really great job of just handling both those stories and coming together to make everything tie up at the end, and it was very heartwarming at the end. Tom Hanks is a perfect cast for the role of Walt Disney, and Emma Thompson does a great job as P.L. Travers. She does a very great job acting and very emotional, and you understand how the way she is, and deep down she has these feelings about her past and what made her write the way she did about Mary Poppins and the character that she created. Also, you got some great other cast in there. Paul Giamatti does a really great job. B.J. Novak, Jason Schwartzman. Everybody comes together, and everybody has like these lively roles, and you get a nice scene. Walt Disney and the park when it was in 1960s, and the things they went through to create this movie Mary Poppins, because he spent like 20 years and he didn't want to break his promise to his daughters that he would create this film for them after 20 years, and it was really great to see that process. And you have really great character development for Emma Thompson. She's a stern character in the beginning of the movie, has set ideas, doesn't want any singing or cartoons. And throughout the movie, her opinions are changing. She's these feelings for people, and it's really great. And Emma Thompson does a great job of capturing these expressions and her opinions at the end of the movie. And it's just a very emotional movie at the end. I think this the movie is a perfect film because I don't have any problems with it. I think that the sequences were handled perfectly between meeting Walt Disney and her past. Colin Farrell does his best performance ever. Very lively father, and you know, he's going through some issues, but he's still a very lively character. And Tom Hanks knocks the role of Walt Disney out of the park. Emma Thompson does a great job. B.J. Novak, Jason Schwartzman, Paul Giamatti, everybody does a great job at bringing this story of Walt Disney and P.L. Travers to life. And I love this movie. It was a great story. Things I didn't really know about, and it was nice and refreshing to hear. It's another side of Walt Disney, just not creating Walt Disneyland or the Snow White or Pinocchio. It was another thing that was a side, and it was nice to see a different, refreshing story of Walt Disney and P.L. Travers. So I really did love this movie. It was a great story, great acting. I loved the set design, the costume design. That really did feel like this was 1960 when she was meeting Walt Disney, and everything about this movie is really great. Definitely go check out Saving Mr. Banks. You know, I was confused about the title because I haven't really seen Mary Poppins. I was confused about the title, and I love the title for this movie. So this is Justin Watches Movies with his review for Saving Mr. Banks, starring Tom Hanks, aka Captain Phillips, and Emma Thompson, aka Nanny McPhee.